Hi and welcome to yet another captivating episode of The Property Show. We take a 30-minute drive from Nairobi on the way to Rongai in the leafy suburbs of Karen. James Cambridge International School, an institution with striking building dominating the landscape, comes to view, providing a unique environment, fully equipped state-of-the-art science block, art studios, smart boards, LED screens, auditorium, running track, and much more. We also bring you home solutions from our integrated telecommunication partner. Stay tuned to Kenya's #1 property show. There is something for everyone. Let's take a look at what they offer through the eyes of a child. As we all know, every child is unique and precious. Thank you so much for having us in this beautiful school.
You're more than welcome. It's lovely to host you.
Talk to us about your school, where you began the journey, where you're taking Kenya, and what should we be looking out for in this school?
Well, it's a very young story, but it's got a long way to go. GEMS, as you know, is a global company that is extremely well known for its successes in education, from Dubai originally. And we're here in Kenya to set a footprint into Africa. So our story here is 2.5 years old as GEMS Cambridge International School, Nairobi. So our story is just beginning, and we're very happy to be here to carry the reputation of GEMS forward and develop education in Kenya for Kenyans.
What sets you apart from other schools in Kenya?
Well, we have fantastic facilities for a start. International standard, racetrack. We have AstroTurf. We have an auditorium, a short course Olympic swimming pool, sports hall, facilities that are second to none. So we're very lucky in terms of our facilities. We're also very lucky with the quality of our teachers that we find our very best locally, and we also find the very best from international. And then during the course of our year, we also run ongoing professional development to ensure that our staff are producing the very best in terms of learning opportunities for our students.
You have such good facilities here at GEMS. Are they strictly for the school, or are you opening it up to the community?
Right now we're just focusing on the school, but we're in the process of developing relationships with outside communities, national organisations for the use of sports, performing arts, academic development, conferences, that sort of thing. So we envision having very close links with community-based projects, bringing outside schools in, doing teacher development here, looking at development again of sports, performing arts, and also academics.
We see that technology is big at GEMS.
Our ICT labs are a formal part of our education during the course of the week, but also we have laptops that we roll around the school for the day-to-day use. We have iPads, iPad minis, smartboard technology. We again want to be at the cutting edge of the use of innovative practices in terms of teaching and learning, so that becomes an everyday part of our program. So it's not just about going to the lab, it's about using technology as a tool in the learning process.
Of course, this being almost 3 years old, what are the main challenges that you've gone through?
I think one of the main challenges is that in terms of setting up a new school is raising the profile of the school. We have a very established market here where people know schools for many years, and being the new kids on the block, it's getting our name out there and being recognised as a school of excellence. We're part of a network of excellent schools worldwide through the GEMS organisation, and it's just getting that name out there right now.
Let's see the facilities.
We have a range of awards at the end of each academic year, which encompass not only the academic accolades but also sports. We have inter-house competitions, individual awards that you would expect in all schools, but we make a very big deal about it because it's important for our kids to be acknowledged for their successes. We try very hard to develop talents within our students here and recognise those during the course. Each month we have a Super Citizen Assembly where we celebrate the successes of our students during the course of the month. It's a very big occasion where we have guests, very important guests come in and present the awards to our students. And we have 4 key Super Citizens, Gandhi, Lincoln, Mandela and Matai. And they idealise the sorts of traits and leadership that we'd like to see in our students. So each month students select someone from their classroom that they believe has shown those sorts of traits and characteristics, and we award them not only a certificate but also a various series of awards they receive. So in school we have currently about 28 nationalities.
Wow.
So these are some of them from our first year.
And they come from everywhere.
All over the world.
Wow.
We've tried to use the building itself as part of the learning tool in terms of passive education. While we have formal lessons where the students go in and they learn content-based syllabus information, what we really wanted to do is to make use of the building itself to continue the education outside of formal lessons. As you see, we have super graphics within the school. We are an international school, but we also recognise that we want our Kenyan flavour within the school. So we've brought the history of the country into the school as well, so that our Kenyans can identify with their heritage, and also our expatriate and our international students can learn something about Kenya.
Wow.
So we have 3 libraries in the school with a range of texts for the students from the very early years, pre-FS to Key Stage 1, as well as the primary years, which is Key Stage 2, middle school Key Stage 3, and then our last library is our Information Research Centre for Key Stage 4 and 5. Each student in the primary school is heard to read every day by a teacher, and we do something called 3 a day, so we encourage our parents to go home with their children and read to them at home as well.
Why the net? It's magic.
It's magic.
Let's see the magic.
So what happens is when you come in here, you often find 3 or 4 students sitting on the beanbag inside the net, secretly reading, because nobody can see them.
How old are the children who use this library?
3 to 6.
3 to
years
6.
old to 6 years old. We've just started Little Gems, which is from 6 months old. And I think you visited today.
Yes.
And reading, again, from the very earliest stages is important. So reading to your child at home, 6 months, so they're used to hearing stories and asking questions about it. And storytelling is something that translates through history, through all cultures. And the love of hearing stories, the love of telling stories, the love of reading stories is something that encourages kids to not only read themselves, but also to write. Well, you know, we're a very advanced school. We try to provide the very best and quality services as well as facilities for our kids. Our Year 12s have their own, Year 12 and 13 have their own common room with computers, state-of-the-art computers. They use it during the course of the day when they're not in class with their teachers, and of course when they're not studying in the Information Research Centre. So this is where they come to relax and socialise. A print from Cappadocia in Turkey. I actually went there when I was in my early 20s, and they used to have, there was a hotel that was carved inside the rock. You could go and sleep inside the caves. Very interesting place actually, and the colours are beautiful. So
they're lovely,
again, just something nice and interesting to look at. Again, you won't find this kind of use of an environment anywhere else. It may be maybe not innovative in terms of schools outside of Kenya or perhaps Africa itself, but definitely this is new, cutting edge for this country. Wow. And we want our kids to be involved in this. I come down the corridor and I see kids standing here reading this stuff every day, so they're engaged in reading the walls. We use Promethean boards in the school, interactive technology. I think we currently have about 70 or so in the school, which uses projectors. The students use them as part of their learning tools. So the teachers teach from these predominantly, and also the students come and use them. So often students will be using these to do presentations on research or projects, or even doing research online because it's all linked into the internet.
The whole point was to create a graphic that follows the position of the mouse pointer. They could choose a background, that is a background that the student first created. Then they set up that graphic there.
We are extremely committed to the development of, or professional development of our staff. Bob is just about to go through training on app development, and we'll be running our first app camp very shortly. So students get to learn how to develop apps that they can potentially sell for millions of dollars. This is our new information research centre. It's a very comfortable space. They come and they read,
Yes.
they do research, they plug in their laptops and so forth. This is our science corridor leading into the languages. So we wanted to use all these large corridors again as super signage spaces where we could use it as an open book, so to speak. The idea is that every day when students are walking past us, sometimes they don't even read it, but they're digesting, they're absorbing this information. Come to the time when they're sitting in the examinations, they go, I remember that because it's on the corridor outside the science room.
And I see it every day.
And I see it every day. We've got an exemplary art teacher who we're very lucky to have, and she's spectacular in terms of her teaching methods with art. I've seen some amazing artwork come out of these kids. Kids are shown the sorts of levels and given examples of work that they need to produce in order to get the very best. So we go all the way down to IGCSE or A levels, and that's what an A level A would look like. We bought some artwork last year as examples of different kinds of work to show our students. You go from a very formal artist, which is Van Gogh, to something completely different. And students are the same. We have students that are very formal and others that are very
Different,
creative. So
yes.
we're trying to bring the best out of everybody.
I work here with 7 to 8-year-olds. We have very good resources, and especially technologically.
How do you identify gaps in learning?
We normally have baseline testing at the beginning of every academic year, so we are able to identify where the child is working at and identify the strategies that we'll put into place to enable each child to get to whatever target they're supposed to get at the end of the academic year.
And where did you train to become a teacher?
I went to Kenyatta University.
This is the primary library, Key Stage 2 library, which we do formal lessons in here as well as read. The teacher librarian teaches about the use of the library resources, research, that sort of thing. And of course she does a lot of work around reading. This is our auditorium. It's one of the, if not the best in the country at this point. GEMS has committed itself to providing the very best in facilities, again, for the performing arts for our students, so our students get access to the kind of facilities you might want to expect that you would find in first-class schools anywhere in the world, actually. The facility is about 320 to 350 seats with a capacity of about 450.
Where are you getting water from?
We're currently on municipal water. However, we have been lucky to have a site that has natural water on site with springs, so we've tapped that into underground tanks, and we use the water to obviously furnish our needs for the grounds maintenance. We have eco ponds, we catch rainwater and we also use tank water that's brought in for showers and drinking.
And what about your security?
Security is first class. We have a very good security provider. It is a enclosed campus with the very best in terms of vigilance. We have on-site guards, dogs in the evenings. Our buses have CCTV and they have GPS. And we run our buses at times of the day which hopefully avoid the traffic if that's possible. But also we have routes that we change regularly to ensure the safety of our students. We run a large generator for those power outages that we experience, as everyone does, and that seems to ensure that we have a fully maintained, productive day. So when the lights go off, it's only for about 10 seconds.
And what about your sewer system?
Sewer system, we run a sewage treatment plant on site, so that's all turned into grey water, and again the grey water is used and funneled off into the gardens.
I've enjoyed spending the day in your school.
Thank you very much. It's been lovely to have you guys with us. We look forward to having you back.
We will. Next year, we agreed.
Brilliant.
First quarter.
Yeah, spectacular.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with more from GEMS. With faculty unequaled in international experience, your child is guaranteed exceptional performance and facilities. I will be back with much more after the break. GEMS Education is supported by a network of eminent international advisors, including world leaders and experts who are game changers and influencers on the global stage. Thank you for having us, David, and karibu sana on the Property Show.
Thank you, Nancy.
What sets GEMS apart from other schools in Kenya?
Every GEMS school globally has a set of core values, so that is very important to us. Also, the opportunity for children and teachers to network with each other across different continents and different countries, to learn from each other, all in the context of that 21st century learning, that modern learning, collaborating together, problem solving, critical thinking. These are the 21st century learning skills that we're looking to promote in our schools.
What's your vision globally and your mission?
Well, globally always will be to build and to manage schools which have learning at their centre. We're constantly looking for recruiting the best teachers, and where we know there are challenges for teachers, to train them on the job, so to speak, to be those outstanding teachers. And we can point to many, many examples of schools throughout the GEMS network which have been rated as outstanding. They are producing outstanding results, sending children on to some of the best universities in the world.
Is GEMS affiliated to any local politicians?
Our association with any political party or any politician is nil, essentially. We are a school. We are teaching children to be global citizens, to have solid values of caring and understanding, but also of innovation. Although we do teach the children to have an understanding of the world in which they live, have an understanding of politics and of different forms of political systems, and also different religions. That's important for children as they grow up.
Tell us about the partnerships you have with Microsoft and Bill Clinton.
Well, certainly we've been very fortunate to have a very good relationship with Bill Clinton, who's decided that he will be our president of our GEMS, Varkey GEMS Foundation. So we're very privileged to have such a global figure who will speak at our conferences. For example, we had a big global education and skills forum back in Dubai last March, and he came and he graced us with his presence and gave a very inspiring speech, and he continues to be that kind of inspiration. You spoke about Microsoft. That's a partnership that we've been developing over a number of years with GEMS. I think the best example of that is actually work I personally was involved with at the Cambridge International School in Dubai, which applied for and successfully got the Pathfinder status. So in fact it's now a mentor school, and this is actually an accolade. This is very rare for particularly an independent school, to gain, and particularly so outside of the United States. So our partnership with Microsoft is very strong, and we're looking to actually replicate some of that work here in Nairobi. Also, the Cisco Networking Academy, Cambridge in Dubai, is a networking academy, and we're looking to develop that work out here as well. I think we're looking at a range of different partnerships with employers and international companies that can help and support our work here. We look forward to welcoming parents to come and have a look at us, to put aside any thoughts of this is the most expensive school, because we certainly are not. Although our commitment to excellence and to quality and to opportunities for young people here in Nairobi, I believe is quite unrivaled. So my parting shot was come and have a look at us, come into our classrooms, talk to our teachers, speak to our wonderful principal, and see what we're about.
And also see the facilities.
See the facilities, try our track out.
Yes.
Have a run around the track that Kip Kano ran around last Friday when he opened officially the running track. It's an international standard track, and it's a fantastic facility. So do come and have a look at us.
Asante sana.
Asante.
Don't go away. We'll be right back with much more from GEMS. Let's see GEMS stimulating learning environment with a variety of features and facilities as they indulge the children.
We bring you the influences behind GEMS Productive Children, and they tell us how they achieve optimum holistic performance together with the parents.
Little Gems is our preschool element within GEMS, the company. We are worldwide already. Little Gems focuses on developing the child through child-initiated play. Depending on their age group, there is some percentage of teacher-led learning. So our Little Gems are our wonderful stars who like to sparkle and develop their education before they go to school. In Little Gems, we really encourage a variety of learning within the room. So for example, you will see there's puzzles for fine motor skills and problem solving. We have the sand, we have painting to develop those skills. There's outdoor learning as well. We also focus on singing, dancing. Every morning they go to Wake and Shake, so there's an element of group work and socialising. Using the early learning goals, which is the British curriculum assessment procedure, and we really encourage children and parents to participate. So we have our Sparkle profile. Within that, we have the different areas of learning identified, and we ensure that we kind of track them, support them, and develop children to achieve. So this then leads into the foundation stage. So it's like a progression. This is just the start of their education within GEMS. A Little GEMS teacher knows the child as an individual. They embrace it and they celebrate it. They have good understanding of the early developmental needs of the children, and they make them feel safe and valued and respected, and preparing them for the rest of their career, because they're the littlest in the large school. I think the greatest challenge is catering for children, as we said, ranging from 6 months to 3 years. Within a normal school, it's a year difference between the oldest and the youngest child, maximum. The way we overcome this is we have some very skilled and experienced teachers within the Little Gems. We ensure that we have a ratio of 1 to 5 as a minimum, so that every child is catered for. We also encourage parents to take an active role and be part of the process as well. They often come and join in. If it's a child's party, we encourage them to come in and have the party within the classroom. They contribute for our sporting events. They attended the Christmas lunch. Our parents have, it's an open door policy. They come in, talk to Mr. Evans or Miss Esther on a regular basis, and we encourage them to come in as often as possible. Little Gems, as we said, caters on the whole needs of every single child, using student-centred learning as an approach to develop their needs, as well as ensuring that we're catering for the needs of the age groups. We have a taste today. You want to know more? Come along, you're more than welcome, and any questions we would love to answer.
Here at school, we teach a variety of instruments. Of course, we teach the usual: piano, guitar, clarinet. We teach drums, that's like the drum set. We also teach recorder, we teach violin, we teach the trumpet, So yeah, pretty much a lot of things, bass guitar, electric guitar, yes. We also have a variety of percussion. We have tuned bells, which I think are pretty cool, because they have the whole, each bell is pitched at a different note, which is really nice. And since bells are so easy to play, that works very well for small children, because they can all get together and play something together, you know, each one playing a different note. The three main things that we try to teach children, we want to teach them how to listen to music critically, you know, as much as they're listening for leisure, can they describe what they're hearing, what does it make them feel? We're also training them to compose. Can they come up with their own little piece of music, okay? And also, can they then perform what they composed, okay? So then, as the lesson moves on, okay, after I have introduced what you're doing, every lesson must have a practical side to what we are learning. Definitely, there's assignments for the kids to go and work on at home, and it's usually a good opportunity for children to just go work on their own, and they come back with things and they surprise you. You know, they come up what they do at home, and of course, it's also an opportunity for them to just show their parents, this is what we were learning, and this is now what we have to do. And so, by the time they come back next time, they have a piece of work to show. At GEMS, we offer a unique package for children who want to join us, okay? You get to build your confidence, because music really helps children do that, okay? When you join the orchestra, because we have an orchestra, we have a school orchestra, you learn how to work with other children. It builds on teamwork, it builds on children's confidence, and it's always nice when children come up to you and say, at the beginning of the term, I couldn't stand and perform in front of people, and now here I am. There really is nothing more touching, or you feel you have achieved something when a child actually stands in front of a crowd and performs something, and it's amazing, and you're proud of it, they're proud of it.
With the aim to provide our children with an education which will truly prepare them to lead in today's increasingly competitive and technology-rich global economy, the institution has incorporated a pathway to learn one of the world's best online curriculums.
I'm the BTEC tutor for level 2s and level 3s in GEMS. Level 3 is basically diploma course, while level 2 is extended and certificate course. And BTEC is divided into different subjects, and for my case, I'm dealing with BTEC business in GEMS. The culture in A-level GEMS section is basically quite intensive reading and studying, group work, research, just like university, because you understand A-level is more or less like a pre-university course, preparing them for university education. At this point, they have chosen their career path, and so they just pick a number of subjects, like three to four subjects that they have to do for A-level. But of course, these are subjects which will define their career that is in the university education. We have accountants who have come out of the program. We have marketers, we have financial analysts, we have had engineers also coming out of BTEC, although in other subjects, not business. GEMS has values it stands for. And one of the values that GEMS stands for is forward thinking. So parents who want to bring their children to GEMS, they will be sure that their children will be forward thinkers. They will use lots of technological gadgets to help them understand better on what they learn and prepare them for the future.
First of all, I'll take you through this. This is our rewarding point. With children, you have to keep encouraging them and rewarding them for them to know that they're doing well, so they can encourage them or give them the energy to do the next event or the next thing they need to do. And this is called what we call house points, whereby if a child does something very, very well, we reward with house points. These are the names. It's like a tree that belongs to our class. If you do something well, I give you house points. It can be, the maximum is 3, but it can give you 1, 2, 3, depending on what activity and how you've done something good basically. But down here I've added some other things, we call them the golden points. If you don't do well, or if you've done something wrong, I will deduct one of these. And if you get to lose all of them, you'll be in trouble because you're going to miss some bits, maybe your playtime or something like that. Basically, in our lessons, we use a lot of differentiation, whereby we have different ability groups doing things differently. Like if you looked at this work, this is a lower ability group. We were actually rounding off numbers to the nearest 10. So this one were able to work with number 1 to 10, and there are those who could work with bigger numbers, like these ones were able to work with bigger numbers. Those ones worked with the even bigger numbers up there, showing that we differentiate so that they are able to work at their level. Other than this, we were able also to do some work on the iPads and on the smart board to be able to explain more, to play games, and to get the concept of rounding off numbers in nearest 100 or 10. This one, like I said, reminds us all the months of the year. They are able to see and remember that these are the months of the year. But again, we also get to remember the birthdays of each and every child. So even beforehand, maybe a day before, we can make a card for them, or maybe donate something for them to make them feel special and they belong to this class and they are part of us. These are different names of the children in my class. The fact that we're able to use the technical bits to use in learning, I think that for me does it for me. I don't think there's any other school in Kenya that is able to use the ICT and the technical bit of stuff to learn like we do.
Academic performance is vital to accessing a good university believing in a value-based education. Every child is unique and precious in their own individual manner.
It's been very good. It's been different from the other schools I've been to. Here, the school is more personalized, like people learn differently, so the teachers try and adapt to every student, so you feel like you get enough attention as a student. You are able to improve your weaknesses and better your strengths. So I feel like GEMS is a really amazing school.
I like the teaching here, yeah, but because teachers, like, we're approached differently. Like, you're approached according to how you learn best and how you fare off in class and around. I like the sports, and yeah.
When I came to GEMS, we learned different things I've never heard of before, and then I improved on what I had already learned. So I feel like when you come to GEMS and when you come to the British system, your mind is more open to the world.
Personally, I also started like the 844 Kenyan system, and I switched to IGC in my secondary level. I find it much more advanced than 844 because we learn much more things in much more depth and detail. And learning is actually fun here than actually going and reading just a book. If
you don't understand, like, the teacher can create a game which like controls your reaction and how you answer the questions. So it makes the learning fun because you're not thinking of it as learning, you think of it as a game. So as you practice the game, you practice learning, but without you actually noticing.
Sometimes in our lessons we may have like outdoor activities. Teachers just like changing it up a bit, like not the same boring thing we do every day.
It's just the culture here, the way of life, and how we're taught to live with other people.
For me, it's going to be hands down technology. Here at GEMS, we use like a lot of different things like smart boards, iPads, MacBooks, a lot of different things that actually get you to interact with technology and know how to use it, and it actually makes life easier here.
When I first came, I wasn't really good at math. I didn't like math. I detested maths. But when I came here, the teachers took me personally. They taught me different ways of doing it, how to adapt to it. And now I enjoy math, and I am not doing as bad anymore. I feel like I've improved so much more.
Yeah. I also improved on my ability to talk to people. At first, I was a very shy person. I couldn't do anything, no drama, no nothing. But being in GEMS, it helped me develop my confidence.
We have a vast amount of co-curricular activities. Every day after school, we have a different activity. So there's a sign-up sheet and you pick all the activities you would like to do. There's skating, there's swimming, there's football, there's basketball, there's rugby, there's tennis, there's so many sports. There's dance, there's drama, there's a drama club, there's a choir for those who like to sing, there's an orchestra for people who play instruments. And then there's maths club. It allows all students, for the sporty, the musical ones, the ones who are more academic. It's just a big amount, so it accommodates everyone.
Well, first of all, I was very impressed by the facility they have, the state-of-the-art facility, their offices, their classrooms. I looked at areas like the boarding facility, the library, the IT labs, and everything looked very good, very modern, the sort of setting where I felt my child would benefit. What I like about the teachers is the integration that they have. They have the teachers who are Kenyan, who have been through the system in the Kenyan system. And then they have the teachers who have taught in the other GEMS institutions internationally. So you find that a combination of those two exposes my child to so many areas of learning. When you read the name GEMS International, you tend to think that it's the school that only caters for a certain class of society in Kenya. But I tell any parent, come to GEMS. Our children, the education that they get, what we expose them to is what they are. So exposing them to an institution like GEMS with a good reputation, with good facilities, it's something that your child will definitely get to make good use of later on, even in life. And I'd encourage any parent that please come and have a look at GEMS. See what they have to offer. Because not only do they teach your child, they also interact with you as a parent. You get to meet the teachers, you get to learn about the curriculum that they are offering, what your child should be doing at a certain level in class or in school. And they get exposed to different cultures because we have children from all over different countries who mix with everybody else there. So your child gets to get this international feel, and yet they're still in a school that is in Kenya.
Another day in GEMS is like turning a new page, thanks to the facilities available.
It is a 14-kilometer drive from Nairobi Central Business District and is close to Galleria and Karen shopping centers, Masai Mall and Uchumi Hyper Langata Road. Nairobi Hospital Medical Center is located at Galleria, where one can find most of the banks and other social amenities. Also nearby is Karen Hospital, Kenyatta National Hospital and Nairobi Women's Hospital. For your relaxation, there is Giraffe Center, Nairobi National Park and Gong Hills Nature Reserve. A 30-minute drive from Nairobi on the way to Ongata-Rongai in the leafy suburbs of Karen is GEMS Cambridge International School comes to view. A 2.5-year-old beautiful building that dominates the surrounding landscape with unmatched presence. Facilities include driveway, security check, parent parking as well as school bus parking, sports and indoor facilities including a 400-meter international standard running track, heated swimming pool, all-weather AstroTurf multi-purpose field, lobby entrance, graphic walls, performing arts and conference auditorium, science and ICT, library and art facilities, medical care, bookstore, school canteen, and boarding facilities. Students are encouraged to engage in CSR projects, and there is an exchange program within Global GEMS Network. Other facilities are well-equipped classes, Little GEMS, 6 months to 3 years, Foundation Stage, 3 and 4 years, Key Stage 1, 5 and 6 years, Key Stage 2, 7 to 10 years, Key Stage 3, 11 to 13 years, Key Stage 4, 14 to 15 years, and Key Stage 5, 16 to 17 years. The fee structure is on request.
Engage with GEMS Cambridge International School for more information.
Bye-bye. Well done. Bye-bye.
Father Christmas has come early with season's delights from Orange. Let's find out what they have for us.
The service on offer, among many others, we have a postpaid service. Currently, that is Orange on Gear plan, targeting mainly individuals. Initially, the postpaid service was being offered to corporate clients, but now we're offering to also individuals. Orange on Gear plan, it comes in a package bundle. We have depending on customers' needs, we have a package for 1,000 monthly and another for 3,000. So if you choose Orange on Gear plan 1,000, you pay a deposit of 2,000. If you choose the 3,000 on Gear plan, deposit is 6,000. Orange on Gear plan, you just visit your nearest Orange shop, and then you are taken over through the offer, and then you can subscribe. What you only need to have is your national ID, your PIN, and maybe utility bill like electricity, water bill, and there you are ready to go. It's an instant service. For home users, it's convenience. You don't need to hassle free for running out of airtime, and you can choose depending on your money consumption. It's very easy for you to budget your telephone bills. During this festive season, our home users, they are able to benefit from, you don't need to worry about running out of airtime, and you can buy for your loved ones. You can have offer. During this festive season, Orange on Gear plan users, they are able to use it either locally or abroad through roaming. You can roam this service, you can roam outside the country, and you can use wherever you are. To our home users, we encourage them to go to our nearest Orange shops all over the country. We have, in all major towns, we have Orange shops. This service is offer a home solution, so it's convenient and it's affordable. And we're asking you to visit all our Orange shops and you subscribe to this service.
Orange remains your best bet for Christmas gift. Visit your nearest outlet for more information. Thank you for watching The Property Show. We continue to evolve as an influencer and your first top property advisor, bringing the latest trends, market insights, and services available in the market. Each week, we engage stakeholders on new markets and provide sought-after investments with unrivaled access to opportunities. For those looking to buy their dream homes or just understand the process of home ownership, look out for our upcoming open days and bus tours. We also offer one-on-one property viewing. Next week, we go down memory lane and capture highlights of the year. You can share your thoughts on The Property Show through our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, engage us on Twitter, or visit our website and offices. As always, it's been a pleasure, and see you next Sunday on the one-stop show for all things property. There is something for everyone. Merry Christmas.